right, welcome back to the next episode of Old Man Hacks the World. And today we are learning how to set up a LAN with IP version 6. And one might ask, what do you mean IP version 6? What happened to all the version 4? Well, back in the 90s, they discovered with the explosion of the World Wide Web and internet in the home that they're quickly going to run out of IP addresses for people to use, and so they went from IP version 4, which is your 0.0.0.0, the four digit or the four sets of dots, with the three-digit numbers. Uh, and what was going on there is that it only had enough room for IP addresses in the billions, which you would think one that would be enough, but they quickly discovered that by the time you put in every computer, every printer, every router, every device that could possibly have a IP address, they knew they were going to run out. So I don't know what happened to IPv5. That's for a different video, but we're going to focus on IPv6, which uses 128-bit addressing, and it can support 340 trillion, or 2 to the 128th power addresses. So hopefully we're good for a while. All right, so the assignment that we had today was to connect this little network here. Essentially, you got a router, and I could have put like the internet comes in, your cable modem, or your whatever your internet service provider provides for you, and it has a router. But essentially, this is saying, hey, we got these two computers. Say this is your finance department, and this is your HR department, and they want to talk together. And since your network's pretty big, you're going to use IPv6. And so what we had to do is on each of the computers in the config, we'll keep this static and not fill it in because we don't want to use IPv4, but we'll do automatic with the IPv6. And what's cool about IPv6 is that without setting up any configurations, without doing anything, straight out of the box, once you got the physical layer connected, these two computers can talk to each other. They just can't get past the switch into the router to talk to these over here. So we had to do some configurations of the router. Essentially, I ran into a couple issues that they weren't talking to each other. I think it was operator error, and I was pinging the wrong IP addresses. But essentially, step by step is all right. So you're going to go into your, let's go to the top here. And now you've got to think of a router as, one half, or, depending on how many outlets it has, it's either a half, a quarter, for 4 outlets, or, but essentially you got each terminal or each port on the router you got to configure so they can talk to each other. And so essentially, go enable, configure terminal, IPv6 unicast routing, and then you pick the port 00, give it an IP address. See, I goofed. No shut. I mean, not shut it down, so that's going to leave it on. And you hear that it got changed the state to up. We did the same thing for 01, and that's the ones connected to this side. So we got 00 over here, 01 over here. And then after some trial and error, we finally got everything fixed. I thought I had to redo this side because this side wasn't talking to this side. But it turns out you actually have two kind of addresses assigned. You have your link local, which is everyone connected to the same switch, you can ping that one and it'll set up. But to ping something outside of your local link, you want to make sure you're pinging this address here. And of course, you got your default gateway there. And we didn't set up a Bluetooth connection, but apparently it has Bluetooth. Yay. Everything's better with Bluetooth. All right, and so essentially you do that on all 4 computers, and they should be able to talk to each other. So we have PC2 over here, and it's going to ping this address for PC1, and boom, less than a millisecond, it was be able to send and get a response, which is pretty nice. 4 packets sent, 4 packets received, no loss. So very nice. And essentially that's how you set up the Cisco 1941 router to use IPv6 on your local LAN. So you might want to say, well, what does this have to do with hacking? Well, if you don't have this information, you don't know what you're looking at. It's like, oh, they don't have an IP address. You know what I do? You don't know the difference between the link local and the normal IPv6 address. You can be stuck for a while. So, well, for me, it was a learning experience. I hope you guys learned something too. If not, maybe just a quick refresher, a quick reference video for you guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed the content, please leave a thumbs up. If you hate it, if you think this sucks, if you think that my content's no good, give me a thumbs down, but then let me know why so I can fix it. And if you want to subscribe, I'd be greatly appreciated. All right. Y'all have a wonderful day. Talk to y'all later.